Welcome to the Brain Alpha. Have you ever wondered what really makes the world's most successful people tick? Today, we are cracking open their playbook. We're going to look at the mindset, the habits, and maybe a few secrets that really separate the ultra-wealthy from, well, everyone else. Okay, let's just dive right in with this number 94. Now, what does it mean? Well, this number represents a level of access that's almost impossible to imagine, a direct line to some of the most powerful and influential people on the entire planet. So just think about that for a second. What if you had those numbers in your phone right now? What would you do? Who would you call first? Imagine the kind of insights, the knowledge you could get just by being a fly on the wall. It's a pretty wild thought, right? Well, one guy doesn't have to imagine. His name is Ryan Serhant. He's one of the top real estate brokers in New York City, and he has spent his entire career working with this super elite group. He's seen their habits up close, in person, and he's boiled down their entire playbook into 6 core traits. So let's get right into the first trait. It's a really simple shift in how they communicate, but it says everything about how they view their most valuable asset, time. And just to be clear, this isn't about being rude or antisocial. It's all about radical efficiency. See, for the ultra-wealthy, an unscheduled phone call isn't just an interruption. It's literally a theft of their time. Texts, though, they're totally different. They're direct, they're actionable, and they respect the other person's focus. You can make a decision right then and there without all the fluff of a long conversation. And this slide, wow, this really puts a price tag on a simple hello. When you're making $267 every single second, like Jeff Bezos, a 5-minute quick chat just cost you $80,100. When you think about it like that, it completely reframes the value of time, doesn't it? And this just drives the point home perfectly. We're not just talking about avoiding small talk. Get this. Serhant says he once negotiated and closed a nearly $67 million deal completely over text messages. No calls, no face-to-face meetings, just direct, decisive action. Incredible. And that brings us perfectly to the second trait, which builds right on top of the first one. I mean, if time is your most precious asset, then wasting it by being indecisive is the biggest sin you can commit. This is all about operating at lightning speed. You know, this is actually backed up by something called the first chess theory. The idea is that a chess grandmaster's gut instinct, the move they see in the first 5 seconds, is the exact same move they'd make after 30 minutes of agonizing over it, 86% of the time. The extra time doesn't change the outcome, it just burns the clock. And check this out. Masayoshi Son, the CEO of SoftBank, he lives by this rule. 10 seconds. That's it. That's his entire window for making a decision. If the answer isn't obvious by then, he believes overthinking it is just a waste of energy. It's all about trusting your gut and just moving. And this isn't just for billion-dollar deals either. Serhant tells this great story about being at a super fancy restaurant with a client. The waiter walks up, and before the guy can even say hello, the billionaire has already ordered his entire meal. Didn't even look at the menu. He just knows what he wants and doesn't waste brainpower on small stuff. Okay, so this leads us right into trait number 3. Because if you're making these huge decisions in seconds, you have to be acting on something solid, right? And for the ultra-wealthy, that foundation is trust. It's basically the currency of their entire world, and it is incredibly hard to earn. You have to remember, because of who they are constant targets. They have learned, the hard way, that promises are cheap and words mean nothing. The only thing that matters is consistent, reliable action over and over again. You can't just talk your way into their inner circle. You have to prove it. And one screw up, you're out forever. So, trait number 4. This one is about the relationship with money, and it's probably one of the most misunderstood parts of their entire mindset. It's not about spending money. It's about making strategic investments. There's a huge difference. Serhant has actually seen billionaires kill a massive deal over a $5 difference. $5! It sounds totally insane, right? But it's not about the money itself. It's about the principle. If a cost doesn't generate value or give them a return, it is a waste, and they absolutely do not tolerate waste. And then, on the flip side, you'll see them spend tens of millions of dollars on something like a yacht. But here's the thing. To them, that's not an extravagance. It's a tool. It's a floating boardroom. A private, impressive space where they can host other powerful people and close the next massive deal. Every single major expense is an investment. All right, trait 5. This is the secret sauce to their insane productivity and impact. And it's not about multitasking or working 24/7. It's actually the opposite. It's about radical, uncompromising focus. This is Serhant's biggest takeaway. The ultra-successful are absolutely ruthless about protecting their time and energy for the one or two things they are truly world-class at. Everything else, and I mean literally everything else, gets delegated. They don't try to do it all. They try to do their best thing all day long. And now for the final trait. After all this talk of ruthless efficiency, lightning-fast decisions, and staggering wealth, this last one, it's the most surprising, and you know what? It might just be the most important one of all. And it's this. Underneath it all, they're human. They feel the same range of emotions as the rest of us. Happiness, frustration, stress, you name it. And while their lives are operating on a completely different scale, they can't escape that fundamental human experience. Serhant gives a perfect example. He was with a client whose private jet had a mechanical issue, and the client was so annoyed and inconvenienced. Now, is that a problem most of us will ever have? Probably not. But that feeling of frustration when your travel plans get totally messed up, that's universal. The problems are different, but the feelings are exactly the same. So to recap the whole playbook real quick, 1, value your time above everything. 2, decide instantly. 3, build trust with your actions, not your words. 4, invest, don't just spend. 5, focus only on your strengths and delegate the rest. And 6, remember to solve high-quality problems. It's easy to look at their lives and think it's a completely different universe. But the core principles of their playbook, those are scalable. So the final question really isn't about them. It's about you. Which of these traits can you start applying to your own life, starting today? Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up, and help us build the hype. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.